Hi guys, welcome to Thespillandgrill.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tishinga.
And this is where you spill the stories.
And we grill them to perfection.
All right, guys, let's get to our stories. So, a very popular theme on this podcast is horrible first dates. Mm-hmm. But this is going to be new. This theme is horrible second dates.
I'm excited for this.
Yes. Because
I'm curious.
Sometimes things go swimmingly on the first date. And then on the second date, it all goes downhill.
Okay, are we ready? Last year, second date planned. The first date had been awesome, so I was optimistic. The day before, I observed that the tyre sensor was on. But the tyre looked fine and my car had been inspected by a mechanic the day before, so I wrote it off. Morning of, tyre is flat. We were meeting at 8 a.m. So I text to say I won't make it. He spends the next hours as I handle getting the situation fixed, telling me all the things I could have done to avoid being in the situation I had found myself in. Lacking a time machine, I told him I appreciated his input, but since I couldn't change the outcome, was finding it pretty frustrating and condescending that he thought I hadn't already thought about those things, and he was starting to hurt my feelings. He doubled down, saying he was just trying to help, and got pretty snippy about it. Instead of a second date, he got told he could take his helpful advice to someone who actually asked for it. I did go buy a tyre inflator the next weekend though. That's so cute.
So she says, hey, your comments are being a little hurtful. And he doubles down. No, that's time for an apology.
Yeah.
And like she said, what did she say? For the next few hours? He spends the next hours. So not 1 hour.
Oh yeah, the next hours.
Several hours. As she's getting things handled, right? So like she's trying to get her car moved, trying to get a tow truck, calling places and everything. Meanwhile, he's texting her for the next several hours.
And saying what the things I could have done to avoid being in that situation I had found myself in. Like, dude, you're not my dad.
Yeah, things that she said she had already thought of anyway. Oh, mansplaining.
Who are you? Who are you? A guy that is next on the list. Bye.
Are you a mechanic? No, so shut up. Like, her car had been inspected the day before. The mechanic said everything's good. So obviously, you would write it off if you saw something.
Yeah, so she had done everything that she thought was correct.
Yeah. And what about, oh my God, your tire is flat? Let me come over. Let me help. Or I'll pick you up. I'll send you an Uber. Instead of, well, you should have done this. You should have been prepared. This should have happened. Like giving her a list of stuff, making her feel probably like, or trying to make her feel stupid.
That's true. It's actually good that he showed you his true colors now.
Yeah.
In the second date, because then if you're in a relationship with this person, you know what they're like, if that makes sense. So it's actually good that you saw all this before, but how annoying is he?
Guys who like are know-it-alls and think that like they could just handle any situation, they can just fix everything with their words. Like, shut up. Those are the people that need to speak the least.
I agree.
You know what? That is a sign from the universe. Because it probably would have gotten worse. And the universe said, no, I want you away from that man.
That's true, actually. That's another way of looking at it. It's very, very true. Because if all these things, like kind of random things start to happen, it's like a sign, right?
Yeah. Something was meant to keep you away from that date. Keep it at that.
Yeah, and you got like a real like small snippet of what that was with how he was reacting. So,
oh my God, that was technically like their second date. That was like his second chance, and he failed.
He failed miserably and big time. And like Sarah said, he could have actually offered so many other alternatives.
Yeah, how disappointing.
Very disappointing. But as I like to say, you dodged a bullet. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely dodged a bullet.
Like she said, take your helpful advice and shove it up your ass, basically.
Goodbye. Oh my God.
No, thank you.
Screw this guy. It sounds like he deserved to be hit by your car. I'm just gonna...
Sarah and her one-liners.
I don't care.
Be hit by the car, yeah.
I'm not here to be nice. That's why we called it the spill and grill.
That's true.
You do want to call out the assholes when they're being assholes.
No,
and
definitely.
Absolutely. This is it. This is one of those times.
For sure.
Yeah, I would say you dodged the bullet. Your car, your tire was giving you a sign that it was not meant to be.
That's true. Well done.
Yeah.
That this happened.
Thank you, tire.
Thank you. Round of applause for the tire.
Exactly. All right, guys. Let's get to the next story. First date. Perfect gentleman. Treats me to a romantic dinner. Talks about loving his family and his respect for women. Everything is great. Second date. Tells me how his ex spoke with men at the gym all the time and how he realizes a woman he is dating talking to men is a boundary for him. Expects me to drop all male friends if we are to continue seeing each other. I say no. Next morning, texts me implying that I'm a
What? I mean, listen. Oh, sorry, it's the...
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I was like... Firstly, no. This I'm a whore thing is like absolutely ridiculous.
What?
It's like you don't sleep with the guy, you're a whore.
You have guy friends,
You're a
a
whore. You stick up for yourself, you're a whore. What's this about?
What the hell? Do you know what a whore is, sir? Because that is technically a woman, a businesswoman who works for herself and exchanges favors for money.
Yeah.
And that is one of the oldest jobs in the world.
I know, yeah. It is, yeah.
It is one way women became independent. Like back in the day.
Interesting.
Back in the day when women couldn't have their own money and they wanted to be independent and have their own money, that was one of the only ways you could be. Yeah.
Wow.
That's besides the point. This woman is not a whore.
No, she's not. But it's just throwing that word around when, like, you're in a situation of where you feel uncomfortable or you say no or you don't do something that the other person is asking you to do. It's like, it's ridiculous. Just be like, just don't say anything. Be like, whatever. I'm done with you. But why the name calling?
As soon as the guy doesn't get what he wants, whether it's like sexual favors or not sexual favors, in this case, her to drop her guy friends, he shames her. You're a whore. You're a slut. You're less of a woman. Like, it's always like the name calling and the attacks on her femininity.
Exactly. Like, was I a whore on the first date the date that you enjoyed?
Yeah. Where this is a man who claims to respect women. No, you don't respect women.
No, it's so
You
sad.
only respect women who stay away from other guys?
Make it make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. It can't make sense.
Not at all.
No, jealousy is a big no-no. Big no-no. It's a huge red flag. It's so toxic, and it can snowball and lead into so many awful other things. No. Keep your guy friends. Your guy friends will always be there for you. This guy, one little thing that he didn't like, and he calls you a whore. Forget it.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate the name calling. Like, this is insane to me. Like, so you're going to stop talking to the guy at the till at the supermarket?
Mm-hmm.
Or the postman? Because usually it's a postman here anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even fathom a sentence because what the fuck? Like, he's bringing his insecurities from the ex to someone that is not even his girlfriend yet, someone he's dating, and is like, well, if this is going to go anywhere, you need to drop all male friends and male interaction. What happens when you go to the gym and the guy is like, oh, are you done with those weights?
Exactly. And like, I understand, like, I mean, if we don't know the situation with his ex, right? So like, if she was flirting with men at the gym, sure, that's not appropriate. But the fact that she's talking to guys at the gym, that she's being sociable, let's say, friendly. Hey, are you done with those weights? Are you almost done with that bench? You know, like sometimes there's like a lineup for like some machinery and stuff.
Yeah.
So you do have to communicate, and you definitely want to be nice to those people, right? You want to have like a good gym atmosphere. So why not make it a friendly atmosphere? And then he realizes that a woman he is dating talking to men is a boundary.
What boundary? Tell
me. He
me.
doesn't know what boundaries means. That's not how you use that word. He's insecure. Sorry.
No, go on. He's insecure.
He's insecure and childish. And that's it.
And like what you were saying before, that maybe like with the ex-girlfriend, there was like, we don't know what happened, right? Maybe it was really, really bad and something is triggering for him. But the way I see it is, I always go by the quote of, you cannot tarnish everyone with the same brush.
Yeah.
You cannot. Like, honestly, if you do, your experience in life will be totally I'm sorry.
Exactly. And like, I understand like people have really bad relationships in the past. Like they get traumatized from stuff that's happened to them by like absolute like a-holes or, like absolutely like terrible people. But when you move on and you find a new person and that person might be wonderful, don't make that person pay for your ex's mistakes.
Exactly. But as human beings, I don't know why we're not really good at that.
I know.
We're really, really not good at that. And that's fine. Maybe it's a human flaw, but I feel like you can miss out on some amazing relationships.
Right. Or fuck up amazing relationships because of past insecurities.
Exactly. Like, that could have been the love of his life. We don't know. Or a real, true love. But how is he to know now?
Right.
He's not. He's an idiot. But the whole thing of, it's a boundary. So then I would say, you know what? It's a boundary for you to talk to other women. How about this?
Expects me to drop all my male friends. Are you kidding me?
What if
friends that are already your friends, people that I've known before I've met you, that have probably never done anything harmful, right? Because if your guy friends hit on you, they don't remain your guy friends, right?
No, that's true.
Like they've been respectful, and now I have to drop them for your insecurity.
Exactly. What if my boss is male? I'm not supposed to talk to my boss? Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, Absolutely. It makes no sense. Like, you're restricting things on so many areas. Like, it makes no sense. Like, adios. No, then drop all your female friends then. How about you don't talk to your mum? How about that? How about you don't talk to your sister?
Yeah, I've had friends. Like, this is more, like, much younger, like, high school, college years, where their boyfriends are like, no, you can't have male friends.
It's just crazy that there's a lot of people that actually abide to it, that they're like, okay, like if that's what you want, then I'll do that.
No, don't ever do that for somebody. Don't ever give up your friends for somebody. That's absolutely ridiculous. No, especially because that person is just insecure. It's not like I had a friend who she had another friend who was extremely toxic, extremely manipulative to her, that was using her, and she wouldn't listen to me. But finally, once she like met this guy, she ended up listening to him, and he was like, hey, this girl is like really bad for you. She's not a good friend. Oh, wow. And she did end up dumping that friend, but she needed to.
Okay, that's good.
Because it was a bad friend.
That's different.
That I get. But like, I mean, like if he had told her to dump me, that would have been just fucking crazy because I wasn't a bad friend to her, right? So
yeah, that's true.
Or like a guy friend. Yeah. A guy friend that's always been there, right? A guy friend that she's known for 5 years and she's known you for 1 week. You can't dump that friend just because it makes the guy uncomfortable. Come on.
No, you can't. But there's actually a lot of people, male or female, that will.
It's like, that's unfortunate.
I know someone very close to me that's happened to, and it's wild.
Is she still with the guy?
He is still with the girl. You know who I'm talking about.
No.
Yeah, they're still together, and the friends are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. And then when they break up, if they break up, right, he's gonna go crawling back to his friends.
I'm sorry, I was being manipulated. I'm sorry, like, I was trying to make her happy.
As the friend, would you take that friend back? I wouldn't. I'm very cutthroat. I'm very cutthroat. No, you go yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not a doormat, and you should have appreciated the friendship when you were with the mother.
True.
When we were trying to say, hey, warning, and now you're on the other side and you want to come crawling back, like, I would feel so used.
I wouldn't be super happy about it. If it's somebody that I really cared about, I might take them
But that's
back.
what makes it worse.
Because then she could do it again.
Exactly,
No,
exactly. I get it from your point of view, but I'm like so the opposite.
Yeah.
I think I need to learn. Maybe I need to go therapy.
Yeah. I do have a guy friend, though. He's a comedian, and he's a good-looking guy, and I think when his girlfriends get boyfriends, there is a little bit of an intimidation because, like, it's a good-looking guy that makes people laugh for a living, right? So there's a little bit of an intimidation, and he has lost some friends because of it, some girlfriends because of it, and he's exactly like you. When they break up, no, I wasn't good enough for you when you had a boyfriend, and now that you're single, now you're a little bit lonely and you need some company, you need a funny guy. No.
Yeah.
No. If you were my friend, this is his words. If you were my friend, you would have stood up for me then.
At the time, yeah.
So I do see both sides, yeah.
Because when you see something like this, red flag, like adios, it doesn't matter if you had an amazing first date because they did, perfect gentleman, but that perfect gentleman obviously went 180. He lured them in and then was like, right, you don't talk to men.
Perfect gentleman treats me to a romantic dinner, talks about loving his family, and his respect for women.
It's a bit contradictory. No?
No, you don't respect women if you need to control them.
It's so sad, really. Such a waste of a man.
Such a waste of a man. That's perfect wording.
It is, isn't it? It's such a shame. But you know what, honey? As I keep saying, you dodged the bullet.
Yeah, you dodged the bullet. I mean, unfortunately, you had to go on 2 dates to realize it, but...
Thank God.
He wasted a little bit of your time, but not too much.
No, not too much. Thank God it was 2 dates and not a situationship for 1 year.
True.
Right? I'll take the 2 dates any day.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Well,
these guys are absolutely pathetic little Okay, guys. That is it for today.
And as always, remember, disclaimer, we are not professionals in any kind of way. We are not therapists, psychotherapists, dating coaches, any
psychologists.
Of that. No, we are not. We are just 2 ladies giving our 2 cents and experiences and advices on what we've been through, and of course for these stories as well.
Yeah, we just want to remind everybody that you're not alone. These things happen to everybody. It happens to men, it happens to women as well. We all meet horrible people in our dating experiences, unfortunately. So we're building a community. Let's talk about it. And that's what we're doing.
Exactly. So if you have any exciting, crazy, fun dating stories, please email thespillandgrill@gmail.com. It will be on the screen now. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching The Spill and Grill. And if you are listening on Spotify, thank you for listening to The Spill and Grill. I'm Tashinga.
And I'm Sarah.
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.